Hiya John, well in the session, hope you found it helpful. Just going to talk about now what we discussed in the session in terms of your weight distribution. We know we've had problems in the past with the weight kind of hanging back on this right side. And in the case of this today, there was a lot of effort of you trying to get onto your left side, but just get onto your left side too early. So in your backswing, as you kind of went back now, your lead knee would actually sort of move out towards the camera, trying to kind of keep weight on that front foot, not really sort of shifting too much there now. And then because of that now, because that knee bending so much, as you started coming back to the golf ball, this line that we talk about sort of between your left foot sort of vertically upwards, as you started moving back now, your hips actually start kind of moving away from that yellow line as we get to back here now. So your left hip moving back up and away, and the weight now hanging back on this right side. As you come back into impact now, the head just continues to move back up and away, and then a really big kind of stretch and lunge, and just the golf club's a long way out of control, not really having your body in the right position to control that golf club. So really in terms of the practice, as we said before, we don't want you thinking over the golf ball when you're about to hit the golf ball. It needs to be set up, see the target, hit it. So all your practice and your prep work and your thinking needs to be done to the side of the golf ball, where you get to the top of the backswing, feel that lead knee coming in towards that trail foot over to here, moving down and in as we can see there now. So just letting the natural turn of the body get yourself behind the golf ball. And now from here, now you've got yourself behind the golf ball better, we can see. As you move here, we now move this way. Get the sensation, that left shoulder, left hip, especially left knee, moving almost too much really to the left side. So you're exaggerating that movement of how that's going to feel. So when you come back to impact, you're going to look more like this, as opposed to leaning back here on your right side now, trying to sort of help it up in the air. Just look at the difference in terms of your right leg position. It's quite a key element there. We can sort of see how much more movement your right leg's had in towards the golf ball, where this is staying fairly flat. This is obviously a practice swing, and therefore more exaggerated than we expect when the ball gets there. But in fairness to you, when you got the Nexus golf ball here now, we still made the same good backswing. The knee did turn in nice, and obviously the setup and backswing changes are a little bit easier. The body's obviously not swinging at 80, 90 mile an hour towards a golf ball, but once you get yourself to here now, we've got behind that position in the backswing. As we now move, we can move that left hip, that left knee towards that kind of imaginary wall and get yourself back on top of the golf ball in a much more kind of weight on this front side sort of position, rather than hanging back too much. If we look at the sort of movements we come through there, that's kind of your post swing here now. This to me has a little bit more movement over to that right side. You just see when you finish the swing now, you're certainly a lot more planted up on that left foot, whereas this one here now sort of you're kind of coming through, but it's a bit more of a sort of exaggerated movement at the end, and you can see the fact you're able to rotate better means the club has got round here with a fuller, more released swing, which I think a lot of that comes down to gripping it looser. This one here now you can see quite restrictive, getting the arms around your head just because of that lack of movement to the left side, just not going to get out your own way, just in terms of how much more your shoulders have rotated. We can sort of see the Under Armour logo in the back here, where on this one it's not really come around as much. So more weight shift, more hip turn, more body turn through the golf ball, just a much more efficient golf swing, and the body's kind of moving in the direction the club wants to go. So when the club kind of moves to your right side, you shift behind that golf ball, get that left shoulder nicely behind the chin, get your left knee moving into your right knee, and then from there now the shift comes in, we push and plant into that left foot, get that feeling of moving onto that left side, and then we can release through up onto target. So work on that exaggeration in practice. I say when you're next to the golf ball, it's just see target, see ball, hit ball, go find ball. Try to eliminate too much thought in the swing. If you want to have a trigger word, maybe loose at setup might help that, but focus mainly on the movement in the practice swing. Exaggerate them too much really, then your body starts moving that way more naturally. So in time it becomes something you just do instinctively rather than to think about it quite so much. So hope that makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout, but I'll catch you soon. Cheers, John.